All right. It is time again to talk about my feelings and where I'm at in the world. Today, the past couple days really, I have been focused on my perception of reality and what I can do to help alleviate a lot of the pressures I have, I guess, for lack of better words. I'm a firm believer that our perception of reality is what dictates our day-to-day. So if you perceive the world around you to be evil, dull, dark, barely even gray, then that's what your world shall be. And if you view your world as beautiful, light, barely gray, then it's kind of the same thing. It's like too good. It can't be too good, too evil. You gotta find that balance, but what the fuck is that balance? I don't know. For me, I utilize different tactics to help balance out my perception of reality. So, for example, right now, I'm on my period. I'm like bleeding and it sucks. And I'm moody because I'm PMSing. So a lot of the negative feelings I have are going to be heightened. They're not going to be my pure negative feelings. They're going to have a layer of, like an additional layer of blue added to it, And I'm going through a breakup, like a 3-4 year long relationship breakup, and I'm just I'm in the blues, my dudes, but it doesn't mean that I have to be blue all the time, like I sit here and I try to ensure that while I'm aware of the factors that can also make my perception altered, I have to accept that I'm not going to be what I want to be that day. And in doing so, it kind of takes the power away from the feelings and the negativity that I have. Now, this doesn't necessarily work for everything. Obviously, life isn't perfect. You're meant to feel your feelings, and you're definitely meant to feel bad and shitty sometimes. But that doesn't mean that you need to abuse yourself. And it also doesn't mean that that is what your reality is, We humans are dictated by our emotions, even though we like to think that that isn't so. Just as an animal is dictated by its emotions, we are as well. We are one and the same. So, I know on my bad days, I need to communicate better with those around me and take some space when things get more difficult, because I don't need, just as I shouldn't abuse myself because I'm frustrated, I shouldn't take my frustrations out on others around me, because that doesn't, if you take out your frustration on all of those around you all of the time, then no one will know when they can step in and help you, and they may not even trust you enough to build those longer term, more interactive relationships with you. And that's hard, because then you're your own bringer of destruction, and then you get more upset because no one wants to be around me, no one's interacting with me in the way I want, I'm not the person I want to be, yada yada. And it's really not that complicated, like, you're just in your feels, yo. And right now I'm just in my feels, and all you can do is be aware, try to make it better. Kind of boring, kind of sad. Kind of frustrating at the same time too. I wish that I had more, I don't know, I wish that I had more of an understanding of this myself, you know? This is still something I'm trying to explore. That's why I go to libraries and I read different books by different philosophers, different people who just call themselves thinkers. I fucking hate that term. Oh my god, everyone thinks, but these people, they're thinkers because they think more, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird terminology. Anyways, I like to think about what other people think about in order to distract myself from the times that I'm not the kindest, you know? Because then it brings me out of my own little tunnel vision of my reality, and it forces me to have more acceptance that my feelings are what's bad right now, but where I'm at isn't necessarily bad at all. Damn, this is some kind of hippie shit. Oh my god. It's really not that complicated, though. It really isn't. It just takes a lot of practice, you know? I tried for a very, 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 very long time to help alleviate the power that my perception of reality has on me. Yet, in attempting to alleviate that power, I started dulling myself because you can't really escape reality, you know? All you can do is alter it for you. And I think that's beautiful, you know? Because each person has their own unique perception of reality. They'll see the grass growing differently. They'll see words differently. The semantics of their very being and essence will be different than what it is for us, or you, or whatever. It's not as lonely as it seems, you know? Because I know it sounds so terrifying and so exhausting and debilitating to just be like, to accept that, you know? To accept that no one is going to understand and perceive the world in the way that you do. But in accepting that, we take back our own power as a person. By accepting that my perception of reality will never fully align with those around me, I am less likely to fall prey to a variety of different things, you know? Like indoctrination into negative circumstances, because I'm aware that my perception of reality, though negative, is temporary. And then I can grow into something different from that. I don't need to suppress it by following along what other people say their perception of reality is. I can accumulate all of that negativity and I can assimilate it into myself and take it from that black and white perspective and put it in the more realistic gray perspective. Yeah, and that takes a lot of work, you know? That takes a shit ton of work. That's why I'm here in LA and I don't talk to any of my friends as much anymore, and I've kind of distanced myself from the people who encouraged my previous perception of reality, because in order for me to grow and change, and be a person that I am proud of, I can't maintain that reality anymore. Gosh, reality. This could be a little drinking game. I don't know. It's always gonna be harder before it gets better. You know, calm before the storm, shit like that. But just because just because you want it to be different doesn't mean that that is what your reality is. Dudes.